So, might look all tidy, but it's not. It's very, very dusty. I only did it, I want to say 2 weeks ago. You can see how dusty that is. So, I thought while I was taking out all the books anyway to give it a good clean, why not do a updated colouring book collection and finished pages, because I did have a good clear out just before I moved house, so you won't be aware of the books that I kept and the books that I got rid of. But yeah, it needs a good clean. It needs a good clean. So let's just do this. It's going to be a long video, so get yourself a cup of tea, a snack, because we're going to be here a while. Now, I thought it would be better to have you higher up and then go by cube, and then I can clear the cube out, clean it, and then put the books back, I think, unless I want them in a different order, because this is the order that I first put them in, and it seemed to have been working, but I'm wondering if I switch it up a bit I'm more likely to use other books that I've not used in a little while. So I have got myself a nice brew. Don't say I didn't warn you. So let's start off with Hannah Calzon. Now I have got duplicates of some of Hannah Calzon's books. She's one of the first artists that I bought and coloured in, and yeah, she's still one of my favourites. So I'm not going to go in any particular order. We'll go with her newest selection of boots. I do believe she's got another one coming out, and it's underwater theme, I think. Now, if you've been watching my channel for any time at all, even if it's just a small amount of time, you know I'm terrible at pronunciation of certain words. So you can read it for yourself. You can read it for yourself. If I can read it, then I will read it. If I can't, I can't. You can read it yourself. So we'll start off with this one. Again, I can't remember what they're called in English. Terrible. Meant to be this big Hannah Calzon fan, and I can't remember. So that page is slightly stuck together, probably because of the masking tape on the outside. But I think this was when I was really into doing galaxy backgrounds. Now I still do enjoy doing them, but I tend to do them more on just watercolour paper and not in my colouring books. But I love the outcome. I'm just a bit confused why I didn't colour this in, or did I do it for a tutorial? I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, that's the first page I've done. I won't go too much into detail over this, otherwise this video will be hours and hours long, and I'm better off going back to front. We've got this double page spread, glitter on the outside. I still don't like this page. I still really don't like this page. What else have we got in here? Oh, the frog one. I think I started this one off on a live stream, I think, that I did with my husband. I could be mistaken, but I'm sure I did. Again, watercolour background. It seems to be a theme with my colouring pages. And I do remember this one was a buddy colour with Emma Colours 2020. Now I'm not going to remember every single buddy colour that I've done, because there is a lot. There is a lot. I think I used Inktense on this one. But I did actually create that wooden border myself. If that wasn't there, I did actually do that. I can't remember what. There's something sparkly on the page. I don't know what that is. Nice page though. I do prefer older format books. I think just they're a better size. You get more pages as well. This one was a recent one. I think it was on last month's finished page, this one, actually. And it was really enjoyable to do this one. Just a plain black background, splatters, and then some sort of, it was either Inktense pencils or the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer, I think, on that one. Oh, we've got this one as well. Not too fond of that one. I've not even done a background. Not 100% sure why. I love looking back at my old stuff, and I think it is a good idea to switch things up a little bit, because these are literally at the top, so it's like at eyesight. So maybe if I just change some things up. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce it. I don't think I've done many in this one, if I remember rightly. Is this the newest one? Yeah, it is the newest one. And I wasn't overly I don't want to say I wasn't happy with it, I like her other books better. That's the best way of me saying it. Lovely metallics on that one. Again, watercolour background. What would you call that? Animatronic bird. Distressing background. Is that all I've done in this one? Yep. So you can see how fond I am of certain boots and not of others. But I have a collector's issue. I have a problem. It winds me up when I'm missing something out of a collection. Because I do plan on doing this for years and years and years and years. So when I see something missing, it bothers me. I think I've done quite a lot in this one. And a lot of watercolour in this one. Love that background. Absolutely love it. And you can see, look how flat it is. It's absolutely perfect. It's not warped or anything. That's one thing I will give the Hannah Calzon paper. It's superb for going back into shape. So the fish one, and I've used loads of stencils on that. That is Inktense pencils. I can tell by the colours. Another one here. And that one again is a watercolour background. I'm not too fussed about the skin on that one. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I was using pencils that I wasn't happy with. Now this one, when I took the masking tape off, it ripped this side of the page, which was unfortunate. But again, it's dried beautifully. You know, it's flat. I take away the masking tape. I don't use that masking tape anymore. I love this double page spread, and it was really nice to work on as well, even though it's quite busy. It was a nice one to work on, and I'm still surprised myself that I stuck with it and carried on with this, because usually I get to a point and I think, oh, I took too much on here and I can't carry on. But I do. I really like the snake and the colour choices that I used. Everything about it, absolutely everything. Oh yeah, I was really proud of this one. Really proud of this one. That's mostly watercolour again, and even watercolour for the skin. I'm not too sure if I did a video on this. I'm hoping that I did. I've just kept this piece of paper here in between. And then I did this side as well. Again, watercolour. And some gold at the bottom. I love these two pages, especially this one. So I'll pop that back in. Any more? Oh yes, this page. Oh, I remember now, because I did this page and I was that messy. You can see it literally went everywhere, and it was all over this page. So I had to go with similar colours and with acrylic paint to sort of disguise my mistake. And I think I managed it. And again, the paper is dried really flat. We've got some shiny stuff here and there. Gel pen in the middle. Oh. Got one really dull one here, which I'm surprised. Like really muted tones with something really shiny over the top. It's making the camera act funny. Yeah, I'm not too sure what I've used, and that was probably acrylic paint, but I've not watered it down enough. I think this one is Midnight Masquerade, I want to say. So I did this one. Created like a smoke effect around the flames. Again, my favourite black acrylic background. When I'm not sure what to do with the background, that's what I do. This double page spread, really don't like. Really don't like this one. Tried to do a galaxy background at the top. I even added like sparkle. I mean, it's really pretty on camera, them sparkles, but in real life, I could do better at that one now. I could. Got the plant one with Distress Ink background and some stickles here and there. Oh, we've got the cat with the donuts. That's a quite cute one. I was pleased with how them donuts turned out. Oh, this double page spread. That is done with Faber-Castell Arbuturas and Inktense background. I think there might be a video on that as well. So we've got two here. I'll show you this one first. It's got the crow, shiny stuff all around it. And then the moth, really like that one. If I can get it to catch in light, oh, there you go. flowers again. And something I've not used in a long time, you can see where it's shiny. Oh my gosh, what's that called now? I'm going to have to pause the video after I've done this one. Yeah, let me pause the video because I can't remember what that's called. Glossy accents. Me and a couple of other colourists here on YouTube went through a phase where we put glossy accents on absolutely everything. I mean, it's pretty cool, and I think I'm going to start using it again because it's I won't be able to pick it up on camera, but it sort of gives it like a 3D effect. And I think, let me just double check, I think that's everything in the, oh no, the first page. And I've used this medium again recently, the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. I haven't done that much of a well coat on that one. I must have learned how to use it a little bit better now, but, and I've not even put my name on, I put the glue over the top. Oh well. Oh well. Right, so that's them 4. Now this is a mixture of all of our previous boots, that's not including them ones that I just shared with you. And I think, is this one the signed one? No, it's not this one. Which one is it? I have got a signed copy of a boot somewhere. Which one is it, Ash? I don't know. I'll find it as we go along. I'll find it as we go along. But there is a signed copy that I've got that I treat really, really carefully. I did this one at the back. The little mouse, a couple of stickles. Really thick, this one as well. This one was an utter disaster. An utter disaster. I prepped it with a cheap gesso and it worked quite well with the watercolour-ish, but when it came to the skin I just gave up. I left the skin till last because I knew that I'd struggle, but the rest of it I like. It's just the skin I had really, really bad issues with, unfortunately. Another one with the typical watercolour background that I just love to do. I just find it incredibly easy, and it's just, why has this got a tag in it? Yeah, it's really, really easy to do and it's really effective. I don't know why that's got a tag. Maybe there was a month that went by and I didn't I didn't share that. That could be I'm sure I did a video on that one though. Oh my witch. Still really, really like this one. And I have got a couple of copies of this specific illustration, so I might do it again and see the difference. Has anybody else tried to do that? I love doing the same page again and seeing how much I've improved. And then another one, more of an autumn one. It's quite cute, that one actually. Oh, my strawberries. I was so proud of this, and then I forgot the medium again. I'm not going to pause. What's it called? Not that drawer. Now I'm going to have to probably cut this out. Why can't I remember? This is what happens with lack of sleep. You just can't remember anything. Oh, I've got things falling apart. Why can't I find it? Oh, that's going to irritate the life out of me. It was like a gel medium. I might have even run out of it, that's why I can't find it. It was like a gel medium, and you just paint it over the top and it gives the page like a shiny effect. Oh, that's irritating. That's irritating. I know Colouring with Kay used it at some point, so I might have to message her and see what it was called so I can re-buy it, because I did really like that stuff. Just finishes the page off beautifully. See? It's like a photograph. That's going to really annoy me, that now, and I know for a fact as soon as I turn the video off I'll probably find it, but I might have run out, I don't know. That was a tutorial I did years ago at this point. Years ago. I never came back to finish it. This one, I didn't come back to finish that either. I gessoed the page, didn't come back to finish it. I mean, it wouldn't really take me that long. It's Inktense background. I think my issue was the pencil wasn't going over smoothly over the top. It was so grainy and difficult to work with, so I just gave up. Oh, this one. I think this one has got the most likes on Instagram. I just added it because I thought, yeah, it's a pretty page and I like the colours, and I was blown away. And I think it's still my most liked picture on Instagram, which is strange to me because it really didn't take me that long. So the page that I do quick, everybody likes, and the pages that I spend hours on, they don't get as many likes as this one. It's strange the way that Instagram and YouTube works. Another one of the bugs, I love Hannah cows on bugs. I find them really, really enjoyable to colour, especially because there's loads of area for me to do a nice background. Another double page, loved doing this one, loved it. I think that's Inktense. I could be wrong, it could be Albert Durer's, but I think it's Inktense. Please forgive me because it's a long time ago when I did this. Oh, and some stickles. Is that everything? Nope, the goose. I really enjoyed this one as well. All the details of each of them little, whatever they're called. They're not meant to be feathers, are they? Because they're feathers, whatever they are. Took me forever and a lifetime, but I still really enjoyed doing that double page. And I think, yep, that's everything out of that one. So let me start making a new pile and get a drink as well before we go. This is the only book that I couldn't get the non-English copy, and I still can't get hold of it. I'd love to have the other copy because I like the paper better in the other books. So I think I finally caved and bought a second version of this book because I love the illustrations. I just wanted it on better paper. The only thing that's keeping me function at the minute, this on Lucas head. Anyway, Magical Dawn. Yeah, I prefer the paper better in the other books. This was a really, was it this one or the other one? I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be the other one. Looking at this, is one of the first ever Hannah cows on boots that I bought, and you can see some of my really early ones. So obviously it's not this one. It's not this one. I wish I did colour this nicely when I first started colouring, but it is this one that I'll show next. Yeah, this one. And I think I've done a couple of the pages twice, so I'll show you the difference. Inktense background, not Inktense, Inktense on the actual illustration and Distress ink. I don't know if you've noticed, I go through phases of like if I like something, I'll use it on everything, and then I'll switch over to something else and I'll use that all the time. But I need to go back to using Distress ink. I do really, really like how it turns out, and it's incredibly easy as well. I do need to check my Inktense. Why have I got Inktense on the brain? Distress ink pads. I've not used them in a long time. I'm hoping that they've not dried up. This double pager I still hate. Absolutely hate. I don't know. I think the background I was going for like an old-fashioned, you know, like if you went into like a Victorian house or something, and that was like the wall, and it weren't like wallpapered or painted. It was just that was the wall. That's what I was going for. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I think that is everything. Oh no, tell a lie, we've got one. Yeah, we've got this one which I do really, really like, just double checking. And that is mostly acrylic paint and pencil. I love that one actually. The colours on it. I don't think I shared that on Instagram. That there is Renaissance Liquid Chrome. You can see it shining at the top. I'm going to keep that to one side. And look at my other copy. This is the one that I've done the most in. June 2019. See, I said to myself I was going to start doing that to nearly all my books, and I haven't. I haven't. So this was a really early one, and a fun fact, I was actually colouring this at my daughter's nursery when me and Kirsty from Kirsty Colour and Sketch first started talking. I got her into colouring. You're welcome, Kirsty. Yeah, it's just, that's why I protect this one, because, you know, it's the memories, And this is more of a recent one. I've tried to do like waves and stuff on the shelves. Again, I don't want to tell you how much water I used on this page, but it's dried more or less flat. So, I'll give it props. What else have I done in here? Oh, the bugs, and I've used that same medium that I can't remember the name of it. I'm kicking myself. It's gel something. Liquid gel, gel silk, or something like that. Something like that. I really like that page. And I was just thinking, is that Jane Davenport mermaid markers? But it can't be, because they bleed through worse than alcohol markers, them things. And I don't think I gessoed the page. There's a little bit of the paper there that I've not put the gel on. And no, it's not gessoed. So I'm not too sure what I actually used on that page. I don't know. Oh, June 2019. Yeah, we've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? I mean, it's not too bad. I did do some slight detailing in the petals. But apart from that... Oh, here we go. Right. So this is the first one that I did. And I've put June 2019. So let me find the more recent one. I couldn't tell you the date of this one though, unfortunately. Because I've not wrote it down. But I remember sitting on the couch and my father-in-law was visiting. He was visiting, seeing Isabel, I think. And I was sat colouring one or two of these while they were playing with her. But that is the difference. That is the difference. You might have, I'm sure I did a video on this, so you'll be able to see how long ago that was. Well, there you go, you can see the difference sort of the two pages. And I love doing this. I love doing this. If you've not done it before, please do try it, because it gives yourself a little bit of a boost. Like, oh my gosh, is that how far I've actually come? Like, because I was really proud of that, and don't get me wrong, it is nice. But from that to that, there's just such a big difference. Yeah, I just love doing that. Anything else? Oh, the swan. Oh, I really like that one actually. That must be a more recent one because it's a watercolour background. But I love the colours of that one. That one's really pretty. Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was a big fail. That was a big fail. Has it bled through? No. That one was another early one. This one here. And I've just started to dab into like different mediums, like soft pastel in the background, stickles on the key. It's funny looking back at these. Because I remember as well, like when you first start to colour and you're building up your collection, side rant, like you're so excited over like one new book or a couple of open stock pencils. Like the excitement was real. Even now I get excited over new colouring books, but you can't get back, I don't think, the original excitement from when you first started a hobby and you first start collecting things. Like I practically snapped the Amazon man's hand off when these sort of books and my different stickles and stuff were turning up. And because I've got everything that I'm more than happy with now, I don't feel the need to go out and buy loads of books. I do not like Amazon printed paper. I despise it with a passion actually. The books that I have got, I scan them in now and print them out on better paper. So I sort of really do not like buying any Amazon printed paper. This is a complete side rant, isn't it? But if the illustration is something that I think, oh my god, I really do have to own that, I will buy it to scan the pictures in. But yeah, the excitement that you get when you first start colouring, it's I'm not saying I don't get excited now, it's just different. That's a really early one, really early one. Like, I've got all the mediums that I love, that I know I like. I got rid of the stuff that I didn't. I got rid of the books that I didn't colour in, and I've kept the stuff that I love. So unless there's something like the new Kirby boot, for instance, I'm really looking forward to that coming out. But you know, it happens over time. I mean, I've been doing this now for 3-4 years, is it? Something like that. And I've managed to accumulate a lot in that time, and I'm more than happy with everything that I've got. The only time I really spend money on colouring now is new book or to replenish old stock, like if a pencil's run out, or a watercolour, or my aqua brushes that I keep telling myself I need to reorder. I was looking at them as well last night. Yeah. Or filming equipment. I bought a new tripod last month. yeah, I don't know why I've not finished that off. Another really early one, June 2019. So I got this book obviously June, and then I just did a load of pages in June again. Black background. And that definitely wasn't June, because that is a distress ink background. Oh, and there's my name as well. And that's really, really pale and hardly any shading. Oh, I did the little crystal as well. Go me. Go me. Right, I'm going to need to take a little bit of a break now. Go and get myself another drink, and then we'll get back to it. So let's get back to it. I feel like I've been recording here for about an hour when it's probably not. It's probably not. But it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking, so maybe I should go a little bit quicker. So I've got 2 copies of Jewellery Box. So I've done the snake. That is gessoed. I think that was Crayola Super Tips, but I give them away to my niece. I couldn't get on with them. Oh, the rings. Watercolour background again. I love that one. Love that one. I started using masking tape as like a border as well, you know, to save the page behind. Double page spread of the peacock. The flowers with the ants, distress ink background. What else have we got in this one? This is the one with the nicer paper, I do believe. Oh yeah, the bugs again. I told you, I'm in the bugs. I just love colouring. Especially them ones. How cute are they with the big eyeballs? Another one of the bugs. Plenty of stickles on that one. Double page spread, again with muted tones. This isn't usually my cup of tea, but I like how it turned out. I use the Tombow brush pens on this one. I don't own them anymore because I used them a handful of times. I ended up selling them because they were so expensive. Yeah, so I got rid of them a while ago. And then the key. And the second copy. So this is the slightly thinner paper. It's still nice paper. It's just not as thick as the other one. Did the crow. That is a skewy background border there. My gosh. One coming up. The bug again. With watercolour background. I like the wings on that. I must have used a gel pen on that. That was a really early one. And that was a disaster. I don't know what was going on there. Oh, and the belongs to page, I've done that one. Oh, I did the line as well. We've got Spirit Animals and Soulmates. Oh, Soulmates is the one that I got first, and look at the difference. I did all the backgrounds in this one. So we'll go with Spirit Animals first, because I don't think I've done that many in this copy. So that is a whip, so I'll come back to that. I don't know why I've not come back to that, that's a shame. I will do eventually, keep the tag in there. The dragon as well, I can do the dragon again. Oh, my octopus lady, I love this one. The colours that I chose on this, and just a crazy background. I do, I absolutely love that one. Not my typical colour choices, but this one. I don't know why, but I've not coloured in the crystals for some reason. And it bled through terribly, look at that. That is Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pens that's bled through. Testing page and belongs to page. So this is the one that I spent a long time. I've actually got a video dedicated just to the backgrounds on this, and I was so excited when I finished it. And my aim is to finish all of the illustrations in this, but look how thick it is. So, I've wrote down the pencils that I'm actually using on this one, just to finish them off. Pastel pencils for the base of the cat, Prisma on the lady's skin, and Faber-Castell watercolour pencils on the flowers. And I've just not come back to it. I mean, It'd still take me a little while to finish that off, but not too long. I'll keep that in there. Scorpion page. This is the one I did with the Crayola Super Tips, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. My unicorn page. So this is really early work. I did this within a couple of months of me getting this book, and this was an earlier one. So that's the same page that I started in the other book that I've not come back to. I think I tried to do constellations with the stickles. Just stencils on that one. Can't believe how thick this is. So that is a finished one, but I could see I could go back and do some extra detailing on that. There's a lot of things that I could do a little bit better now. Nice shiny background though. Washi tape and stickles and watercolour on the background of that one. Watercolour. This was like a collage, that sort of thing. So I printed out some like old-fashioned writing, and then I stained it with tea bags, let it dry, and then ripped it up and stuck it to the page, and then coloured the rest in. I think I actually used black widow pencils for that one, but you can see how much it's pinging up. Inktense pencils with this one. I do remember because the moon didn't go as I wanted it. Acrylic paint. I'm not too sure with this one. It doesn't feel like pastel. Maybe it was oil pastel and I've set it with something. Not too sure with that one. Oh, my dragon. Still really like this one. And I used 2 full gel pens up, filling out all that, and then glossy accents on the eyes. That was Jane Davenport colour sticks. I don't know what I was going for there. Another collage one with tissue paper, washi tape and acrylic paint. But the one with the chinchillas and glossy accents on the sweets, of course. Mostly Inktense pencils. Still adore this one. Really, really happy with that one. And some stickles. So this one, I was going for like a nice sunset background, and it looks like the town is burning down, and that's done with acrylic paint. I could probably go over the top of that though. Despise this one. Despise this one. I'd probably have to go over the background again with that. I really don't like that one. Oh, this one was more of a tester. I was trying to create little planets, and then the stuff that you can see that's shiny is actually old nail polish. Soft pastels, Inktense pencils, and you can see I was literally just learning how to use these, and you can see the lines and where I've not blended it out very well. Stickles, that one. Soft pastel for that one. I think that is nail colour too, but I could be lying. And that is pencil. That background is pencil. Gosh, I bet that took me some time. I can't remember though what I used on this one, but we've got plenty of washi tape. Black background for the back, that one's complete. It's really sparkly, that one. So I did start working on this one. I've based it with something. That was probably the Tombow brush pens, and I just didn't come back to it. Oh, it still annoys me this. My husband kept murdering me when I was doing the background. Do it black and red eyes, black and red eyes, it'll look really cool. So I did black and red eyes on all of them, and I really did not like how it turned out. So it became a whip. The snow scene one. Soft pastels, I think. Oil pastels, I think, and pan pastels for the skin. I can't remember what that is. No background on that one, but I do remember colouring this on the drive to Wales. Inktense pencils. Oil pastels. No background on this, but it is actually finished. I like this one. This one's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Again, I've no clue what that is. It's just glitter that's coming off. I went a bit over the top with the gold there, didn't I? Another whip. That was Crayola Super Tips. Still don't like them. Don't care for them. And yeah. Just try and get through these a little bit quicker. I don't like that one either. Yeah, some of them I can't see myself coming back to, but it was fun to do the backgrounds in them. So we've got Daydreams. So we'll do this copy first. Why have I just got random paper there? And wax paper. This is one of her earlier books. I think is it the first one? Might be the first one. The squirrel. Oh, this one. I remember being really proud of this one when I did it. And I still really like it, the colour choices. I think it's really bold. But again, it's messy, some of the areas. I can tell that I've just got, right, I just want to get it finished now. And I should have took my time. Surely there's more. Yep, whip, watercolour. The cat that I did really early on, I still don't like that. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, there's a few in this one. Oh, there's quite a few in this one actually. That's a pretty one. Really subtle. Another black background coming up. Oh, the kitties with the crystals. And what's this one? Oh yeah, the crab. I think I did that for one of Kirsty's hashtags on Instagram. I think it might have been for her birthday. Another one with the birds. Really pretty one. Muted colours. The fish that I've not come back to. Another one that I used that gel stuff on. You see it's shiny. Another one with the more muted colours. I do prefer the brighter stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. This was just, I think I was having a bad day and I just chucked everything at the paper. I think I had fun. There's even Brusho on that as well. I've not used Brusho in ages. That's like a powder watercolour. I think that's everything in Daydreams. So we're getting there slowly but surely. So I've got 2 copies of Summer Nights and then just 2 more left. I didn't go through that other seasons, did I? Oh, this one was done with Castle Art pencils and I soon didn't keep them after this because I wasn't overly happy with them. I think I gave them away. Oh, my Bumblebee. I've done this a couple of times and I still really, really like this one. I'm sure there's a boot that I'm missing. I'm going to have to pause the video because there's another Bumblebee page that I did and I've not come across it yet. Oh, it might be in that copy. It might be in that copy. The fish. Flowers. Now I know I've done another version of that, so I'm just going to keep my hand there and just have a look at the difference. And the front cover. Nameplate rather. Let's have a look at this one. So I did that one all in watercolour. Oh, the mushrooms. Oh, I enjoyed doing this one. I think I did a video on this. The Queen that I did again. I gessoed that page. The snakes. This was the vein of my existence. It gave me headache working on this. I was so glad when it was finished. It was the colours that I chose. See, there's the Bumblebee page. So it must be in another copy. Have I put it somewhere? I will have to pause the video. So another whip that I didn't end up going back to. Oh, we missed one then. Got the flowers. That's quite a cute one. And then another bug. Really colourful. Double page of frogs. Really like this one. Another bug. Oh, I did the girl with the tattoos. Huh. Oh. Yeah, so where's that? Because I did that recently as well. Oh, it's in my finished pages. I'll have to go and get it in a minute. But yeah, that's a more recent one. And that is the older one. So now I can move that. I want to keep my hand on that page because I want to show you a more recent one. So let me just go and get that. So this is the one that I was telling you I had it signed. And there. Hannah Calzone signed it there. I did actually colour this month. This, I just need to finish it off. A Clara Markova bootmark. But I recently just finished this one. I think it's probably worth showing it. I did videos on this one anyway, so you've seen it. But that's from, I don't know how long ago, and that's the recent one that I did. That one goes beautifully with that actually. Right, so I can put that one down. I don't want to confuse myself and lose pages, but let me just double check what I've done in this one. Oh, I did that. I think there's a whip in here. There's a bolt whip. Yeah, that one I've still not come back to. Yep, so that's the one that I need to show for this month's finished pages. There's my bumblebee one that I was talking about. I love this one. Love this one, the effect of it. I think it's so cool. And that's done with the Inktense pencils. And I think that is it out of this book. So that needs to go separate. Finished pages. That one I've showed you. And then we've just got 2 left of Hannah Calzone now. So we've got Seasons again. So you would have already seen this. But the different copper. So I did this one. That was a really early one. The frog one, I had to come back to this so many times because I wasn't liking how it turned out. Still don't like it, but I'm glad it's finished. And is that it? Oh, the birds. The birds. And I use that gel stuff as well. On that you can see the shine. Oh, I did the front cover. July 19, I did that one. Then the girl. And then I've got the artist, is it the artist edition or something, this one? You can't get hold of this anymore. I have checked. Did this one at the back. I did this one really early when I first started doing YouTube. And I was like a bucket of nerves. I might have to pull this one out again to do. Shiny background. The paper in this is glorious to work on. A whip. That's with the alcohol marker blending solution. Today I've got a video all about that. I think I did the same as well on this one, to be honest. I still like her. And then that one, I've put that gel stuff on the top of that as well. I can coffee give me hiccups. And then this one, and I don't think there's any more. Oh no, there's that one that I've not done yet. So that is all the Hannah Calzone ones. So I think next we'll move on to Anastasia Caldereva and Clara Markova and Maria Trolley. So I think up next will be the Clara Markovas. Ooh. I know I have got a couple of whips in these ones, and I've got one that I'm currently working on as well. So we've got Fairy Miracles. Let me just make some space. I've done the front, what do they call it? Nameplate page. Nameplate page. I do try and aim to do, how nice is that paper? The nameplate page in all of them. There is certain ones that I've done hardly any. I did that one. They are just lovely books, these, and like they are collectors' books. I did that one. That's an acrylic background, that one. The bumblebee. I've got to admit, her newest one, I've really been enjoying. And I did get lucky with 2 of these. This one was one of them. And I think it might have been this one. I found them on Amazon a couple of years ago. They just pop up every now and again. You have to be really, what's the word, diligent. And constantly keep checking, and I just got mega lucky. because they weren't overly expensive. I think like £20, whereas if you go on Etsy now, they're going for so much more. Pastel page. I did that with Holbein pencils. It's all been pastels. And I did that with Inktense again. See, when I've done the page, I absolutely love how they turn out. It's just me starting it. Me starting the page. I had a bit of a whoopsie. You'll see it. The deers. That's quite cute, isn't it? The nameplate page. Bookmark. Magical Delights. Yeah, I think this is my least favourite. Is this the first one? So I've done that one. I do like how that's turned out though. The bunny. And then the nameplate page again. So I think this is where I might have switched and started putting my YouTube name instead of my real name. Furry Celebrations. That's rubbish. That sticker was actually there. I know that she used to send out stickers, but that one was actually there with it. Another bookmark. So it's the Christmas scenes that I find so daunting. They're absolutely adorable, don't get me wrong, but some of them are just so busy and I don't know what colours to pick or anything. The Halloween one, I've seen so many versions of this. What else have we got? The swan as well, I've seen lots of the swan. That's the first page. And the nameplate page. So I didn't actually copy the front cover colours, did I? I went from my own. And then we've got Furry Touch of Magic. Oh yeah, I finished that the other month, didn't I? I don't think I included it because I only did a couple of bits, so that can be too great now. But at least I've done the nameplate page. I think I've done them all now. Woo! Yes, because I'm sure I did that one. There's another Christmas page. The bat. This is more Halloween-y, I think. Fish. I think this is my first and only double page spread, and I'm sure I talked about it, about one of these boots, and I've never done one before and I completely forgot about this. Let me just double check. More fingers and thumbs, yeah. So this is the one that I'm really enjoying, her newest one, Little Secrets from My Furry House. And I've put January 2023, and it was a gift for Christmas from my husband. So this is the one that I'm currently working on. I know it looks a bit drab at the minute. I've just put one base layer. One base layer, and I started the shading on the leaves last night. So I need to go over the top and shade it all. Shade it all. This one, I put the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter on. And then I did the nameplate page as well, which was a Buddy Colour with Kirsta. So I'm really, really pleased that I've managed to do all the nameplates. That's what I said I wanted to do, and I've managed to do them all. So I'm really happy about that. So I'll make room. Now, how do you pronounce it? Is it Maria Trolle or Maria Troll? I know that there's some here that I don't, that I haven't coloured in, and I know that I haven't, and these were on the list of possibly getting rid of, but I decided to keep them because I do occasionally, very occasionally, like to colour in them, and I like this colour paper. I don't like the really white paper. This might be one of them that I've not touched. Oh, there was something there then. I just thought I saw a flash of colour. And that's done with watercolour. Is that the only one? Yeah. They're really nice quality boots as well, these though. Hardback. This is the one with the really nice paper as well. I did see a whip there just fly by. Yeah, that one. That one. See this here? Don't you find that strange? Like it's been cut off. Like it wasn't meant. You know, like it should have been pulled out. There's too much of a gap on either side. I just found that a bit strange. The whale, mermaid. There's another one as well. See there? Why has that just been cut off there? They should have just not added that there. It's just weird, that to me. That one's a really pretty one, that actually. Testing out gel pens. Did the hair and I did the front cover with that gel stuff again, and it leaked. Twilight Garden, again I'm not 100% sure if I've done anything in this one, but it's worth me showing because it's in my collection. Oh, I did the flower. Oh, I did that one, that's nice. I think these two here are that paper that I don't like. It's really, really, really white. And it's thinner as well. It's thinner paper than the other books. So I've done that front cover. Did they change the publisher? Yeah. They changed the publisher. Is that the same? No, because that's the old one. Or is it? They both got birds on. No, this is better paper. That one I don't like. I don't think. Oh, there's a whip there that I just saw fly past. I don't put pressure on myself anymore. I used to be really funny about it, like, don't like having 1,000,001 whips, but if I'm not enjoying it and I'm not spending hours and hours colouring it, I'll just move on to something else. If it's for a video, it's different. So, Anastasia Ella Colariva. I've got quite a few. I've got all of them. There's two of these that I bought. Two. Yeah, there's two that I bought second hand. I've got Serenity. I'll start from the back because it just makes it easier for me. I have done quite a lot in these books. Beautiful artwork. I just don't want to destroy the paper because these books are expensive as well to buy now, so I don't want to risk damaging the pages. I love that one. You'll hear me say that a lot in these books. They're just lovely illustrations. See, Dear Emma. I bought it off a lady called Emma. And there's one of them that says Dear Dan to my husband because I used his PayPal to pay. So I still find that quite hilarious. I love the hair on that one. Trying to find the best way of flipping through this. That's okay. I don't like the background. The one with the crow. Again, I like the illustration. I don't like the background. And that's everything in there. I wish that with these boots they just had a slightly better cover on them. They were a bit thicker, you know, to protect the book a bit better. Mysteria, is that how you pronounce it? So there's none at the back there. This one is an earlier one. So I did that and practiced my crystals. I love the crystals on this. Really cool. I can't remember what I used on that one. All that was Copic markers. All of that. No pencil whatsoever. Oh yeah, I still love this one. Made it look like she had like highlights and lowlights in her hair. Really beautiful. This one, I actually spilt something on her face. I can't remember what it was, whether it was paint or it might have been lipstick or nail polish. It was something anyway that I spilt. So I just had to go with it and just add more to the page and make it look like that's the look that I went for. Oh, the owl. Yep, the owl. That's a nice one. Mod Podge Extreme Glitter as well in the background. It's not picking up as well on camera, that one. The furry. The one with the blue hair. Oh, I still really don't like that one. Disappointed in myself with that one. And I think, yep, that's everything in that one. Mermaid Legends, I know I've not done a whole lot because these are more detailed pages, I think, in this book. So I did all that in like pastel colours and a really shiny tail. still really like that one. The mermaid seducing the man. See what I mean? They're really, really detailed, some of these pages. That, I still didn't come back and finish that. It's a shame. Skipping past one there. Oh, the jellyfish. See, I really, really like this one. The colours that I chose. I think she stands out really, really well. Another one with jellyfish. Mod Podge Extreme Glitter again on that. I think, how cute's that one with the seal? I think that is everything on that one. A Maritine. See what I mean? I have got a lot of boots. There's no reason for me to go out and buy loads and loads more because I've got everything that I could ever dream of. So I'm really happy with my collection. That's why you probably don't see hauls and stuff anymore from me. That's interesting. She looks like Amelia Clark, her. Oh, the dragon. This was the first one I did in this book when I received it. Oh, and the mushrooms. Still really like that one. Look how cool that gold is. I did like a dripping effect. The very first one. Is that the front cover? It is. Oh, look how glittery that is. Just turn it. Pretty. Any more in here? That's a whip. I've still not come back to. But at least I've wrote down the pencil colours that I've used. And then we've got Blackbird Song. If I remember rightly, this is my least favourite of the bunch. Still a nice book, but it's my least favourite. So I could see that I did alcohol marker on the base of that one. That one that I never came back to because I hated the way that the background turned out, even though the hair's really nice. Oh, I love this one. I think this one's super cool. No, I still prefer that one. I think that is everything in that one. Noctunes. I remember seeing Colour and Chat with Sammy's finished version. I'm sure it was that one or the wolf one. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Colour with Claire did that one. She looks like Amelia Clark again. Look at that one. Really proud of that still. Absolutely love that one. Spiders, how did I sit there and colour that? I don't know. The Alice in Wonderland one. Neil Colour 2's that for the background. She looks like, oh, Kristen Stewart. As soon as I saw that, that's who I see. With the bats and stuff as well, the vampire. Oh no, did Colour and Chat with Sammy do that one? She might have done that one as well. The Egyptian one. Yeah, she definitely did that one. Definitely. Right, coral one. I don't know what you'd call that. Yeah, I've done quite a few in that one. When Dragons Dream. This is another one that I bought off that same lady, Emma. And I've not done overly that many in this one. I'm a dragon fan, but these are really, really detailed pages. I have to be really in the mood to colour these. I've only done a few. There's another one. Another one. I think that's it in this one. And then a very newest book, Ecliptica. I hope I pronounced that right. So I've not had this for too long. I've not done any at the back there, have I? No. So this one, I just had a vision with that and I went with it. I love how it turned out. Oops. Is that all I've done? I could have sworn that I've done another one. Right, well this is going to have to go in the to-do pile. I don't really like saying that because it feels like homework, but if I keep it like in eyesight I'll remember to use it. So I'm going to have a little bit of a break now. It's coming up to 1 o'clock. I've not had any dinner yet, so dinner time. But the next lot of books will be the Kirby Roseannes. Now we move on to Kirby, and they're not in any particular order, which I'm going to actually do now. I've got World Within Worlds, Magimorphia. I'm just making sure that they're sort of in some sort of order, because I've got duplicates of some books. Mythic World, and then other ones I've not. So we'll go through first the ones that I've not got duplicates of. These are my least favourite. So I'll pop them there for now. So we've got Phantomorphia. I think we got thinking in this. Look, if you put these two books together, Geomorphia, it's the same thickness as one of these books. So I don't know what happened there. But anyway, these two aren't my favourites. Aren't my favourites at all. Oh, I forgot to turn my light on. The only thing that is good about this, it's single-sided, so you can use the alcohol markers. This was a really early one. Really early one. And this has just become more or less a tester book. We'll be testing different mediums and different techniques, that's pretty sure. The castle, I think that's about it in this book. I started the very front one. Geomorphia. I do promise that I've done quite a lot in the other books. It's just these two specifically I don't really care for. Another one with Brusho. How do you pronounce it? Brusho, Brusho. One that I didn't come back to. Another one that I didn't come back to. That's all done Neo colours, that. And that's it. Yeah, so I've not bought a second copy of them, or these two actually, because I was happy with these. I didn't feel the need to. Although I do like this, I just don't like the little random characters, and I'm glad he decided to take them out of his newer books. Oh, I've got his poster books as well over there. I don't keep them all together. So this is like a collage page, the zebra, peacock one, and that is nail polish. Watercolour as well. That's complete collage. And when I shut the book as well, then I reopened it, I mustn't have let the eyes dry because it ripped the eyes off. Before I forget, I'm just going to pull out them poster books. Now, I have had a couple of questions in the past about these, and I got them second hand off Book Depository, and I got sent them. I got sent one, and I think there was two missing illustrations. So they said, right, we'll send you another copy out. Sent me another copy out, and then that had the missing illustrations as well, which was very annoying. So I've done the whale. I think that's all I've done, or is there another one? Yeah, well, you can see where they're missing there. And they weren't cheap to buy these either. I don't think I've done anything. Oh no, I've done that one, that's a whip. I've even got a tag in it there. I've done all that in watercolour. Yeah. So that is the post. I wish they did the poster boots in the yeah, is that Magimorphia? I get confused. Mythomorphia. That's my favourite one. So what have I done in this one? And the owl. I thought that it had that gel stuff on and it hasn't. Whip. My T-Rex, which I'll keep to one side because I've redone this. Tiger. A whip of the great white shark. Are they some sort of deer or elk? I really like that one. Mostly watercolour and acrylic background, that one. And the beetle. Any more? Oh, that was a quite recent one as well. The animatronic butterfly moth. I gessoed that page. That's everything that I've done in that, so I'm going to keep that to one side. This is a mixture of all his other books, I do believe. There is a few in this one. The bird, mostly done in watercolour. The leopards, I really like that one. So why have I got a tag there? I must have wanted to do that for some reason. So I'll move that tag to the front, because now I don't remember. Yeah, and these are ones that other artists have done. The same thing with this. This is a mixture of his other books as well. That was a really, really, really early one. Really early one. I think that's oil pastel at the bottom, and then it wasn't working out, so I switched to soft pastel. There's a bit of gel pen in the main there. Oh, I don't know what you call this, but I remember doing a video on this. I'm sure I did a video from start to finish, and I added, like, you see the clouds that are shiny, like a smoky effect. I love the colour of this one. Beautiful. There's the other T-Rex. So that's my newer one at the bottom, and that's my older one at the top. I've shown this a couple of times, but I'll show it again. I think that's everything in that one. Got Mythic World. Have I just got the one copy of Mythic World? I think I have, just the one copy. I thought that was paint splattered on it. It's not, it's meant to be on it. I think this is his newest one. I know he's got the Alien one out. Oh no, I have got 2 copies of this. This is my second copy. I haven't done anything yet. So where's the first one? There it is. Yeah, so this is the one that I've done quite a bit in. Still really like this one. That one was a buddy colour. I can't remember the name of the lady that I did it with. Something art. Was it Mandy? I do apologise. That one I did, I think that was a buddy colour with Dan, from Colour with Dan. That one I just did in my own time. I think I did part of that on a live stream with him maybe. That's the first page I did in this book, because it reminded me of one of the creatures that's in a computer game that I used to play a lot, Ark Survival Evolved. And I had to do that first. Really enjoyed that one. That one I don't really care for too much. That's got like a texture paste. If I just... You hear it? It's like rough. It's almost like sand. The whale that I did a video on this, I'm sure I did. I don't know what them creatures are, but I'm not overly keen on how that one turned out. Is that a Chinese dragon? Some sort of dragon around a mountain. This I did, I think 1, 2 or even 3 parts, and I still don't like how it turned out. The phoenix. And then I started this page, and my idea was the thing out of Harry Potter, where he says Spectrum Patronum. And I was going to do it like that and white it all out, but somebody else did it before me. So I thought, oh, I'm not doing that now, I need to think of something else. And I haven't thought of anything else. So I haven't touched it again since. Got World Within Worlds. Really good book, this one. Really good book. Is this my newer copy? See, I have a fear if I really, really like a book, I like to get a second copy in case it goes out of print. And considering these are like literally £5 over here, and the amount of hours of colouring, I think they're worth it. So there's my Dragon Eye. I have done that twice, so I'll show you the other version. Got the turtle, my dinosaur, love that. And then the other version should be in this one. I've done quite a bit in this one. So the very, well, not very back, but near the back. And that are opposite colours, like a splatter effect in the background. Really neat. Pterosaurs, or pterosaurs if you have the P when it's silent. I still don't know what these are called, and I say it every single time I pick this book up, and I always get people letting me know in the comments what they're called, and I still forget the dolls. I've got a page picked out there. Can't remember why. The whales with lots of stickles. The sloth. Super duper cute. The bait fish, or Siamese fighting fish. The fun fur in a flower. Look how glittery that is. That is woe embossing powder glitter, that. Just stuck on with normal glue. Still not come back to that one. Probably won't ever. And that is some more, I keep saying dim, but it's not dim, it's muted tones. More muted tones, this one. And then there's my, let me just check if there's any more. Yep, really colourful astronaut with planets and stuff. Where did astronaut come from? So that's my first attempt of the dragon eye, and then that is my second one. And then I based this one off Viserion from Game of Thrones. Definitely prefer this one. So that is World Within Worlds. And then we've got Fragile World. Done quite a few in this one as well. My rainbow eels. I know that the names are in the back of the boot, but I can't be bothered to keep flipping backwards and forwards. Are they armadillos? Don't know. I remember this, Galapagos Island iguanas, because I was really disappointed. The red panda and the snow leopard, is that right? They're wild dogs. Most of that is just watercolour. Watercolour again for the seals. That was really fun, that one. Really, really fun. There's another one with the are they called walies? With the big horns. I don't know if there are more at the front of the book. Oh no, I missed out the whales as well. It's good job I checked. And the whales, the killer whales. Oh, my leopard. I love this one. Really, really pretty. Enjoyed doing that one. My sharks. Again, I enjoyed that one, and you have to have blood, don't you? The sharks. The frogs, that one was the first one that I did in this book. I've even done the turtle at the front. I've never actually done one of the intro pages. Right, second copy of Fragile World. Let's see if I've done any in here. I'm sure I have. Yep, so there's one on the back. I think what I said was that that first copy was going to be mixed medium, and then this one was going to be more dry medium, sort of no watercolour, no acrylic or anything, to keep the book flat. But I know what I'm like, and I'll end up using watercolour or something. With the butterfly. And I think, yeah, that's everything in that one. And then my all-time favourite, Mythomorphia. This is a very, very early one for me. Testing out Ohuhu markers. That's what I was doing there. My dragon that I recently just redid, so I'll keep that page out. That's a disaster. My werewolf. That one's pretty smart. I remember that one taking me so long. It was mostly done in Neocolour as well. Page that I never come back to. I don't think I like the colours that I picked. My Pegasus pages with Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. This was another body colour as well, and I can't remember the name of the lady. I do apologise. It was a long time ago, this one now. Really pretty. This is my first Griffin that I did, and I followed Colour with Claire's tutorial, and on the front cover as well. That's like a rite of passage in the colouring community, I think. So I'm going to do this with one hand because I've got 2 pages I want to show you. So, oh right, so that's alright. I took the tag out of that. I was going to share it on Instagram, I'm not sure whether I did or not. So yeah, that was my first version. And then that is the more recent one. There is 2 videos up on my channel if you are interested in watching that. And then what else have we got in here? Oh, we've got the Ice Dragon, which I had a big whoopsie with all these drips. Didn't work out as I wanted. The Pegasus pages that I've done again, so you've seen them. I actually forgot that I redid them. I think I do actually prefer the older version, the more brighter version than this one. That's a more up-to-date version. Which is, that's funny, isn't it? And then that's my up-to-date Griffin with my own colour choices, own background, and just the way that I like to colour things. And that's the original that I did. I do prefer mine. I do prefer my updated one. I might have to try Colour with Clutters tutorial again, but on a different page, and see how I manage it now. I love that one. Love that one. I think, yes, that's all I've got in that cube is just basically Kirby Roseanne's. So I think the next one is just going to be all different miscellaneous artists for the next cube. So I think there's 3 or 4 different artists in this cube. And I will mention as well, I'll do a separate like PDF and books that I've took apart and kept in folders as well video, because otherwise this will be way too long. Way too long. So I'll move on to Jasmine Beckett Griffith. We've got the first book, Fantasy Art Adventure. I've not coloured a Jasmine Beckett Griffith one. My husband doesn't take the mick out how I say that. But I've not coloured in these books in ages. So that's a whip that I've not come back to. I think this is my second copy actually of this book. Yeah, yeah, it must be, because I know for a fact I've done more. But I did the world one. That one's nice. And the clouds that I created as well. Loads of stickles on that one. So let me find the original one. There it is. Because I know I've done quite a few in this one. So that's some Copic testing and practicing. I've not used Copic markers though in a long time. I think I ran out of my favourite colour and I couldn't buy the refill, so I stopped using them. I did this one. She's cute, isn't she? It's a bit messy, the page. The gel pen just went literally everywhere. But I think she's quite cute, and the stickles and stuff. This one, I adore how I did these wings. I'll probably not be able to do them again like this. I can't remember how I did them. I must have whited them out, like with acrylic paint or something, and then drew them back in. I'm not 100% sure. It was a long time ago that I did this. When saying that, this is even longer ago. This was really early. Really early in me starting to colour. It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. And that one was another early one. But you can see basically from the start, I've always liked mixed media. It's not just been pencils. I've liked to change it up. I'm sure I just saw, yeah, that's a whip. I've not come back to. I've gessoed that page as well. The one with the cat, that was a really early one. I'm not too keen on that. That was a really early one as well. With glitter in the background. She's pretty. And I messed up all the glossy accents, so you can see it's all over the black as well. I think I first did that, first prepped it when we first went into the lockdown of COVID, and I thought actually it's probably not a good idea if I do that one. So I stopped. This page has been gessoed. That would have been a white gesso as well. Another whip. And I think that is it for that book. We have the Halloween one. And this one. Masking tape as well around, washi tape around the border. Now I don't usually do that. It's very rarely that I do that. This one just did not work out, so I give up. This one was a more recent one. I quite like how I've done the stone on that one. And I've used Faber-Castell Albert Duras on that one. This one I did, or started on a live stream with Corey from Colourfully Optimistic. I still really like that one. Look at her eyebrows. Looks like they've been laminated. And I think that might be it in this book. Yeah. The Alice in Wonderland one, this is my least favourite of the bunch. I did this one, it's like a collage sort of thing, and stuck all sorts to it. The one with what looks like a little Bambi. I hate how I did the fur, but I love how she turned out. It just looks scruffy. See how messy that is. Ugh. Oh, I like that one. The Van Gogh one. Really like that one. You know what? I completely and utterly forgot that I did that. I'm pretty impressed with that background. Oh, the cupcake one as well. I was really proud, oops, of that one at the time. Still not good at noses. That's everything I've done in that. I have got 2 copies of the mermaid one. Oh, Dreams of Dragon and Dragonkins in this as well. It's the same publisher. So I'll go through this one first because I know I've done more and this one it's thicker. So this was gessoed. That was a nice quick and easy watercolour one, only small. Another one. Stickles. And I followed a tutorial from Colouring Chat with Sammy as well to do the eyes on that. My alcohol marker one. That is a whip, and I think I won't ever come back to it because, again, I gessoed the page and I really did not like the way that the pencil was laying down. So unfortunately I probably won't go back to that one. That one's got a bit of washi tape on. The whale, all watercolour. That's glossy accents, that as well. There's one of these as well. I think that one was a body colour, a coaster. I think. Glossy accents again on the eyes. The one with the pink hair. So I've done quite a bit in this. That one's an early one. That one that I tried to challenge myself and just use all pinks, and it's harder than you think that. Harder than you think. That one was an early one. I love this one with the dragon. I outlined the whole thing with gel pen. This one here, it put my patience to the test. I used too much water and it was buckling the paper, and the amount of time that I had to leave it to let it dry, and it's still, you can actually see the cracks in the paper there at the very top. I mean, if you look at it from a distance it looks nice, but like, I think I did all this with Tombow markers stupidly because the water-based markers aren't, and then when I went over with any sort of water it just made them bleed. But in saying that, I think it's quite a cool effect for the water because they're meant to be like underwater, aren't they? Hey, but anyway, that I've not come back to. That one, that was a really early one. And then I don't know if I've done, oops, make sure I fix that. Put the dust cover down. She's not come out with a new boot, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, in ages. I'd love a new boot from her. See, that's one I'd be excited about. A Mermaids one, I don't think I've done anything of this. It's just the same thing. When I really like a book, I'll buy it back up. Just in case it goes out of print. I'm getting all out of breath. I might as well show you this one because it's the only book I've got by this artist. I don't even know if there is more books available, but it's basically all dragons. All dragons. That's got tape around it, which can Can I take that off without ripping the paper? I might as well. Right. By the looks of it, I'll just put alcohol marker down on there. Or it could be paint, I'm not sure. I've not done that many in here, but the reason that I bought this boot was not just because it was dragons. It's the same publishers as the Jasmine boots, and they're really nice paper. Really, really nice paper. I know I've done one in here. Yeah, that's the one. That's one of my first attempts of a galaxy background. Yeah, that's the only one that I've done. So I'll just keep them together. We've got Sarah Richter. I love this artist, and she's so lovely as well. So we've got Duncan Blunt, and I'm not even going to try it. I think it's called Night Creatures or Night Animals or something like that. Something like that. But this one was the first one. She kindly sent me that one to do a flip through and a review, and I love it. If I had to pick, I do prefer this one, but it's because it's got more people into colour. But I do really like the other one as well. And the spiral bound. Beautiful quality boots, these. So I did this man and I based him off like The Witcher, because I was watching The Witcher at the time. But loads of mixed media in this because the paper will take it. Look at that page. That is actually a diamond painting. I was tempted. I was tempted. The corpse bride. The little dragon. How cute is that? I've still got one whip in here that I've not come back to. The doll. Yeah, that one. That one I've based it all with Inktense pencils. Oh, it might have been the blocks actually. The vampire girl. That's everything there. And then I think there's a handful in here. There's still one whip in here that I have to do such little work on. I don't know why I've just not finished it. Yeah, but I'm sure it's like Creatures of the Nights or something. This is the one. Just have to finish his beak off and some of the ornaments. I like that owl as well. There's a couple in here that are diamond paintings as well. If you follow Diamond Art Club, you'll recognise a couple of them. But the dragon, I had to do the dragon. Of course I did. That was the first one that I did. Like, and she signed it for me as well. And she spelt my name right. Thank you so much for your support. I really enjoy your videos. She's dead sweet. She's dead sweet. What have we got next? We've got these 3 books by Elizabeth Rose Best. Now, this one was the first. Yeah, this was the first. That's the second. That's the third. Now, I really, really, really like this book, but I had a major issue with the spine. The spine was so incredibly hard to break. Even now, if I wanted, I'd have to probably get my husband to try and break it for me. It was murder. Murder. Oh, did I not share this one? I'm not sure whether I shared this one. It was either last month or the month before. Isn't it cute though? With it's irritating me that now. I must have shared it. I must have shared it, but that's all watercolour. And then the one that looks like a lion. One that I based with Neocolour. All watercolour. Really good paper in here. It's just the spine. The spine is murder. Yeah. Anyway, she switched over to spiral bound colouring books, which yes is really nice, but the paper's not as nice as it is in the other one. So I don't know which is better to have the, because you can see I've used the same amount of watercolour on this and it is properly, it's not took it very well. So I don't know which is better, to have the non-spine or have the better paper. Probably having the better paper is better. I think that's why it's put me off a little bit working in this book. I mean, you can see that I've used it a couple of times, but these were all bought off Etsy, and I didn't actually see a flip through of this before I purchased it, and I was a little bit disappointed when it arrived. They're more like portraits of the dragons. Still similar style with the spiral bound, but the paper's just not as good. Yeah, that's the same paper that she's used. So yeah, I probably prefer the one with the better paper, but the spine's just awkward. Now we've got Mystic Art mirrors. Now I do own PDF versions of her boots that I've not got the physical copy of. So you'll see them in the separate video. Otherwise, like I said, this one will be way too long. So Fairytopia. Now I probably won't be buying another one of her Mystic Art mirrors boots from Etsy, because I know that the price has just gone way too high for me personally, and now to be able to afford. So it'll probably be a PDF, but in saying that, the PDFs are quite expensive as well. So I'm happy I've got all these boots now, so I'll just enjoy Mystic Art mirrors, what I've already got, instead of buying any more. But yeah, watercolour and an alcohol marker. That was a fun one with brochure. I can't remember what I used on that one, but you can see I used the glossy accents again for the eyes. Still plenty of pages for me to colour. That one is the front cover. That one's lovely as well. It's half decent paper in these as well. I mean, it's not fantastic, but I do really test my paper when it comes to like water and stuff. We've got Galaxy Girls and Zodiac Signs. This is my least favourite out of the physical copies that I've got. It's one I've worked in the least. Yeah, it's not my favourite. I've done a handful. I think there's 3 there that I've done. Mermaid, yeah, Mermaid and Friends. Oh, that's with Mermaids and Friends. Mermaid and Friends. That was a really early one. Really, I think I did a live stream on that. That one. There's a lot of PDFs that I've done of Mystic Art mirrors. Oh, that's very, very glittery. Yeah, an alien one. The Fairy Tale Princess one. I know I've not done many in this. I think this one was a buddy colour with Debbie from Debbie Loves to Colour. And then I did the Ariel one. So I don't do that many in Mystic Art mirrors anymore. I do prefer the PDFs. This one was a gift from Deb, one of my subscribers. Again, thank you very much. This is a nicer version actually than these. See how the font and everything is just a bit better, and you know, she's up to her game sort of thing. Oh, it's all sweeties and ice cream and that sort of thing. Another one that I did is really shiny. The PDF that I did of this was stuck up on the wall at one point, but no, it's in my folder. This technically was a PDF, but I made it into a book. Decorated the front and the back cover ish. Printed it out onto my own paper. I knew I was missing one there. There's that one. That one that I adore. I think that's beautiful, that one. I'll have to get back into colouring some of these. That one's beautiful as well. 2 girls. That one's just glitter mayhem, that one. That one with the sea. That's not usually my sort of colour palette, that, but I really, really like how that one turned out. Especially them stickles. Oh, I think that was another buddy colour with Kirsta, I think. And I tried to do it as like, I googled koi carp, and that one with a design like that just pops up. I thought, oh, I'll try that. That's another one I really, really like. I think that's everything in this one. This is another PDF version that I printed out. I decorated the front and back cover. It's not my favourite. I think I've only done one out of here, which is that one, I think. And I'm kicking myself now because I used a lot of paper and a lot of ink to print this out, and it didn't turn out the best. Oh, that one's alright. That one's alright. Yeah, I used my really thick, nice paper to print this out. It's like she said it was grayscale, but it was just like the face is grayscale and nothing else. So it's not grayscale in my opinion. Like, there you go, that's the perfect one to show you. Literally, the face is grayscale. Brilliant. Nothing else is. It's not grayscale, that. Same as well. It irritated me. Anyway, so that's that cube. So, yeah. I think the next one will work. I think 4 cubes are all like miscellaneous, and then we've got a colour in heaven, and then the colour wild. So yeah, it'll just be a mixture of all different books now. So this is really miscellaneous. This part will be the most as well with the Amazon printed books, because most of them are the misfits and I didn't want to get rid of them. So this one, I can never pronounce her name. I managed to find this book second hand off Facebook, and it was brand new. The lady sent me a postcard as well. I kept that with her. I thought that was really sweet. I've not had this ages and ages. Where is it? I know I've done a page in here. It's the roses. Yeah, there it is. There it is. This book to me, it just calls out just for watercolour. Plain and simple. Because look at some of these pages here. Oh, here. I haven't done that. That was already in the book. So I think I'll just take inspiration from that and then use it just for watercolour. It takes it beautifully, so why not? I do own 3 of her books, I think. 3. I've got the Lion King. You might have seen this in a haul ages ago, and I've still not coloured in it. So you've got the pictures at the top for you to copy them. And I purely bought this for nostalgia. Lion King is my very favourite Disney movie. I love that scene where he's going from like the little Simba to the juvenile to the grown-up one. A wimba web, in the jungle, the mighty jungle. I've tried to get my daughter to watch it, and she refuses to. Oh, that scene as well with Mufasa when he's on the cliff. Oh, it makes me cry every time. Anyway, yeah, so I probably won't colour in that because, like I said, it's just nostalgia reasons. I love it. I love it. I remember I used to collect when I was a kid the Disney books. Oh gosh, how many of them I used to have. I've got a Pokemon Ultimate colouring book. If you didn't know, I'm a massive Pokemon fan as well. But I didn't like this colouring book because it was the newer Pokemon at the time. So I started doing the Eevee page, and I hated how Glaceon and Eevee turned out because it was Crayola Super Tips. And I tried to do my own Vaporeon there. I'm not actually coloured in that, which is a shame. So this bunch of books here are all the Misfits. This is not all of the Misfits, but it's all of the Misfits boots that I own. And again, it's on Amazon printed paper, which I despise, but I do really like these illustrations because they're just really unique. I used gesso for the first time and tried using alcohol markers, and it was a no-no. And I did a video. I think I privated it now. I can't remember. Did that one. The dragon one. I think this is probably, these are probably the only boots that I will colour in. Yeah, they're just really unusual, creepy and quirky pages. I've not done anything in that one. The gothic fantasy one. The boot number 3. Read. That one at the back. Oh, I gessoed that dinosaur page and never came back to it. That's gessoed as well. I've not actually finished one there. The zombie one. I think I've done at least one in here. Sure I have. Yeah, there it is. Again, this is one of them things that you see I saw it on somebody's channel and I do like the artwork, but then I thought, oh, I have to have them all. I have to have them all. When in reality, no, did I need them all? No, I should have just picked a smaller handful. This one I do really like. The underwater scene ones I really do like. See? I might try and scan them and print them on. This is not my favourite, the alien one. I might try and scan them in on paper maybe. I remember watching years ago, and it's that Mel Gibson film, Signs. And it was years and years later, I remember waking up crying my eyes out, and my husband was my boyfriend at the time. Saying, what are you crying about? And there's an alien and it's just moved the curtains of the window. And I really do remember it like it was last night's dream. And I was terrified, and it was all because of that stupid film. It's one of the scariest films I've ever watched. There's that scene where it's like the news or something, and it's walking across like an alleyway. Oh! And the girl's collecting water for chuck it at. Anyway. So I haven't done a ton in these. I think it's just the paper that puts me off. I really like the illustrations. If they did like, let's say like 3 of the books together and put it on really nice paper, I would happily pay more money for it. It's just, I don't think I've done any in this one either. See, so just be careful what you're spending your money on. Just think to yourself, am I really going to colour in that? Am I really going to use it? Even all these different mediums and stuff. So I've got 2 from, I think is it Colouring Chicks? Colouring Chicks? And again, I bought these because they were like going around YouTube and everyone was colouring in them, and I was like, oh well, I don't like the paper. I like the illustrations. Just not that keen on the paper. It's a shame. But that one. I mean, I've seen people do absolutely beautiful work in these boots, don't get me wrong. And hats off to you. I've just not got the patience. I've got one physical copy of Hannah Lynn's books because I stupidly took apart all of them and put them in folders and thought it'd be a good idea, and I'm still kicking myself about it. But I started that one. Did I not do any more in this? No, it wasn't my favourite book of hers at all. Her newest one is definitely my favourite. I don't know why I do it to myself. This is why I'm so careful now with what I'm buying. We've got Christine Karen now. I do have a lot of PDFs from Christine Karen, as well as her books, which is stupid, I know. Like, I'll go through. Got that as a PDF. I've just done that one. Got that as a PDF. I've not got that as a PDF. I did that when I had COVID. When I was in isolation in my room. There's that one. The paper's crinkled up terribly. I've got that one on PDF. Fairies and Fantasies 2. Oh, I did that one. That one's quite cool. That's brochure on that one. I just have an issue with the paper. In saying that though, I started reading again, and I've ordered a couple of books from Amazon, and it's been printed on Amazon printed paper, and I like that in reading books because it's easy to not turn the page, keep the book open, like the old-fashioned books. But in colouring books, oh, I wish they wouldn't do it. And I think I scanned this one in, and it didn't scan as well as I wanted it to, and I just kept it in here. I don't think I've done any in here either. I do recognise most of these from her Etsy store. Oh no, I did the dragon. I'll let me off. Grazio Salvo, how you pronounce it, Wild Soul. Had to purchase this one off Etsy as well. There was another one as well, it's like a confirmation book. that I sold with the bunch that I got rid of, because I knew I wouldn't colour in it. I'm still on the fence about this one, to be honest. The beautiful illustrations, but I don't think I can do them justice. I think I just need to stick to the same rule. But in saying that, I know if I got rid of some of these boots, I'd be kicking myself in a year or two. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this one, but it's adorable, this. And I like, if I don't want to have to choose any colours, all the colours are already chosen out. See on the other side? So, you know, if you really, really want some mindless colouring, this is absolutely perfect, and I love it for that. Oh yeah, that's the one that I did. Look, isn't she cute? I think she's so cute. So yeah, I definitely won't be getting rid of this one. I'll have to do another one in here. They're just so cute, aren't they? I mean, if you like this sort of thing. Oh, I did that one as well. I might have to keep that one out. And yeah, so I bought that one off Etsy, I think. Another one I bought off Etsy. I can't pronounce the artist. Queens of Poland. I know that there's another one of this as well, but I couldn't get my hands on it. And I'm quite happy with just this one. And that one at the back. I don't feel the need to go out and buy any more from this artist. There's loads in here. And that one. I'm sure there's another one, yeah. Oh, there's another one that I've started and not finished, apparently. It tells you all the information about the queens and stuff on the other side. So it's quite interesting. Lovely boot that though, look how thick it is. Proper hardback. This one I had to keep. I almost got rid of it, but it was the adorable Circle of Life colouring boot, because I just find it quite comical. It's not for everyone. But like, the seagull eating the turtle, I know it's not nice. The fox eating the armadillo, it was just, I saw it on somebody else's channel and it was just too funny not to have in my collection. It's tight, isn't it? The lion with the zebra, why would the zebra be smiling? But that's on the Amazon paper that I don't like. Disney portraits, this book fell apart on me. I don't own that many. I think I've got 2 Disney books. One that my son got me that I don't like, but don't tell him. He got it me from Disneyland Paris, and I'll keep hold of it purely for that reason, because he got it for me. But I think I've took the page out of here. There's another one, and I think I put it in my folder, but is it Lilo or Stitch? I can't remember which is which, but I did that one. And all the mini Disney boots that I used to have, they didn't get coloured in. Oh, I tell a lie. I tell a lie. This is the other handling book that I've got. The PDF. I think my son's just gone home. Yes, this is the other book that I've got. I don't know if that's finished or what. I think that's just alcohol markers. Oh, I did the tiger one. That one's pretty good. What else have we got? Got Pokemon. So this was another Etsy purchase, and that is the artist. Now I did look on not Instagram, Etsy recently, and you can't buy this anymore, unfortunately. It was just a small artist that printed her own boots and stuff, I think. I didn't notice that before. This boot number 63 out of 151. Yeah, so that's the amount of boots that she did. Just one of the things. My husband got me this, and it's just postcards of all the Pokemon, and I do really like this one. This would be handy just to take downstairs and just colour at the couch. I did Lapras. I think I might have done, was it Alakazam? Yeah, I did Alakazam. We've literally got all the first generation of Pokemon. Gengar looks a bit weird there. Oh, look at Eva. Look at Eva. Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon and Flareon. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dragonite, Dratini, I always get mixed up. And then we've got Mew and Mewtwo. And then where's the Charizards? Bulbasaur. Oh my god, I forgot that one's name. That was Venusaur. I forgot its name. But that one's Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle and Blastoise. Yeah, and my childhood, that in one book. These are the other two books from that artist that I said I can't pronounce. I bought that one second hand, Imaginary Friends. And this one I've just had to treat as like, not a collage, but like just watercolour, that sort of thing, because I don't really know what to do with the pages. That's watercolour. Yeah. They're really interesting pieces of artwork, these. Fabulous paper, and it's spiral bound. It's just, I don't know what to do with the pages. That's like collage, all watercolour, and then the same with Ticket to Dreams as well. The rabbit at the back. This one's spiral bound. I did the wolf there. I did that one recently with the eyes. And the wolf and the girl, and the front cover. Fantasia by Nicholas F. Come on, camera. Will you just fix yourself if I carry on? Look at my wrinkly hands. Come on. Well, there you go. There you go. I've done a few in this one actually. Of course I had to do the dragon, and there's a T-Rex in here as well that I did. We did the girl. It's a thick book, this one. Spiral bound. I managed to nab this on Amazon UK. There's my T-Rex. I still love it. I love the colour choices. Octopus, and I think that might be it in this book. Yeah, so a good one for the collection. That it's just a really good mixture of illustrations in that one. Forest Girl, I think I've got two, I want to say two of her books. The other one's on a different pile. This is the premium edition, so it's really good for watercolour, this, but I've literally just dabbled in it. So I've got that one that I've not finished off. There was one with like a night scene that I wanted to do a galaxy background, but I've just not done it yet. So I've got that one. I've got this one. A lovely subscriber actually sent me this, and I've not worked in it all that much. See, happy birthday. I keep all the tags and stuff and whatnot. I've not actually worked in this all that much. I have to be in the mood. I've done this one. It's a lovely boot, that. And I've got, I thought I had two from Succumbs, but I think the other one is a PDF version. I'm sure it's a PDF version actually. I did the mermaid. This is the one. I was doing this. Where is it? And the camera fell down and it dinted. I can't remember whereabouts it was. It dinted my page. I did that one as well. I love that one. And that is all in watercolour. Even the skin and everything. Can you hear the shock in my voice? That one was a bit of a disaster as soon as I did the brochure. That one's watercolour. That one's Tom Wall markers, I think. Or might have been alcohol markers actually. This one that I've not come back to, that's nail colour. That one. And this is on watercolour paper. She gives you the option on Etsy. Do you want it on more like smooth marker paper or on watercolour paper? And I chose watercolour paper. This is one of the colour books that they sent me. I don't know why I kept hold of this one, to be honest. I think I'm going to pass this over to my niece. I just did that one. In all honesty, I mean, it's good for markers, but the paper is so smooth. And considering the mediums that I like to use, it's just not for me. So I'm going to keep that to one side and give it to my niece. Laura Rafferty's Circle Portraits, again purchased off Etsy a long time ago. This year's, that's the artist. I took a picture off Instagram and tried to colour her in as best as I could. There is a few in here, I know that there is. I know that there is the dog one. And there's one with purples, I think. Yeah. Yep, there it is, that's the purple one. I did that one as well. A glittery background. So on to the next cube. Again, this is just miscellaneous artists, all jumbled up. My one and only Joanna Basford book, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, really early one. But still dabbling in different mediums, paint and all sorts. Don't come for me, but it's not one of my favourite artists. Isabel. Yeah, you know, everyone's got their own taste, haven't they? But I did keep hold of that one. We've got a Walking Idiom. Really unusual book, this one, and I don't see that many people talking about it. I might have to colour a little bit on my channel. I don't even know if you can still get hold of this one now, so maybe not. But it's a weird one. That reminds me of World Within Worlds. Like an old-fashioned telephone, like a fax machine sort of thing. I know I've done the parrots in here, but it gets weirder, and it's like I'm sure it's got a page in this book that you can pull out. Yeah, there's the parrot one that I did. Oh, here it is. So yeah, you've got that, and then that pulls out, and that pulls out. And there's just stuff everywhere. There's dinosaurs on this page, and then it goes over to this side. It's crazy. It's crazy. Zebras or horses or something. It's just a really weird one, this one. Ostriches. I don't know what was going on there. Look, like one of them old-fashioned toy cars. A dinosaur. Yeah, it's a weird one, that one. A weird one. Why is that out of sync? That should be at the bottom. I'll show you that towards the end. Another one, just a Japanese, Chinese. I do, please excuse me. The actual illustration, the finished illustrations are at the back of the book of this one. And you can scan the QR code and it'll take you over to Instagram, to the artist's Instagram, and you can see the finished pages. Well, I don't tend to do that, I just like to do my own colours with this one. It's a nice book. And one colour challenge again. I think I've tagged that. Oh no, I've tagged that because I've gessoed it. And I've just not got around to filming it. My copies, this one was a present for Christmas from my husband. He heard me going on and on about this, and he found a copy on eBay. So yeah, that's my second one, and I love this book. I love it. I need to get like a plastic wrap actually to keep that in, just to keep it safe. But this is Mouse Guard. I've done quite a few in this book. She says that, and then I don't come across a page for ages. There's a double page. That's an early double page. I do believe that it's out of print now, but if you do check eBay, you might get lucky. Love that one. That one with my light effect. There's a couple of whips in here as well that I started like years ago. Because I got this boot when it wasn't really talked about and it was still in print, and it was still quite cheap. I think at the time it was less than £10 or something for that. And now it's just, it's ridiculous. It's shot up in price. I can't remember, is it Eerie? I've still not coloured in this one, and I purely bought this. I didn't see a flip through. It was one of them where I bought it to try and be the first to get it, to get a video up, and then I was kicking myself because I was just thinking, oh, it's not my sort of cup of tea, but it's going to be in the same rule. If I've not touched it in 6 to 12 months, I'm going to have to get rid of it. I can't justify having things that, you know I'm not going to use. Mariola Budek. This is a set of art that I bound together myself. along with some PDFs as well to make like my own book. There's quite a few done in here, really early ones actually. There's one or two as well that I've gifted to family and friends, so unfortunately I've not got them anymore. But you can see how many I've done. I love Mariel the Bee deck. I redid that one as well, but if you want to see more Mariola Bude, more up-to-date stuff, then wait for the PDF one, the PDF Circle of Life. I did get rid of my second copy of this because I bought two thinking that I'd colour in it loads and loads, and I just didn't. So I did the turtle, the moth page, which I quite enjoyed actually, and I think that might actually be it. A little birdie told me that I think there's a new one of these coming out, or there already has been a new one, and I've not bought it. Now I did have a couple of copies, a couple of different copies of The Beauty of Horror, and I you know, passed them on, but I kept hold of this one because it's movies, and I was like, that's The Fly. I know a couple of them. That's obviously Stranger Things. That's Saw. That's The Mole's Murders. Jaws. Yeah, so I kept hold of this one because I did know some of the artists. Alien. And that is, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that series called? I forgot what that series is called, but you know what I'm on about. Yeah, so I kept hold of that one. Stranger Things. I've still not coloured in anything in this yet, but I'm purely keeping hold of this because I love Stranger Things, so why not? And I'll eventually colour in it. It's a pretty smart book actually. They do look like the characters. You can get some books that don't. So I've got The Witcher. I don't think I've done anything in this as well. This has got different artists in it, I do believe. I'm a big fan of The Witcher, both the computer game and the series. Jurassic Park, anything that's like based on computer games and TV, I don't tend to colour, but I do like to have the books. Obviously, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World is a must for me. Splat, Nickelodeon, this is just nostalgia all over. These are all the programmes and cartoons that I watched as a little one, and I couldn't help myself when I saw that on Amazon. These two boots, Thomas Tomic, I think. I've only done one or two of these. They're so detailed. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful illustrations, but so detailed. Yeah, so I've just done the one in that one. I think there's one in this one, maybe one whip. Was that one? Double page. And I think that's it, yep. And then we move on to Camilla Derico. We'll go in order. So this is her first book. There's a lot of pages done in Camilla's books. I am a big fan of her work. Whoops-a-daisy. Skipping a bunch of pages. So I don't know why I didn't come back to that. No idea. Your guess is as good as mine. And this second one, I actually picked it up when we went for the day out to Blackpool. Picked it up from W.H. Smith's, I think it was. I remember looking through it, like flipping through it on the way back home. That's done with pan pastel. All the bananas and the monkeys. Cute. I'm surprised I've not done more in this one actually. There's one there. That's oil pastel, that. There's a couple there as well. Oh, that's got the Mod Podge on. And that one. Any more at the front? Yeah, the very first one. And then we've got Cute and Creeper. Lots done in this one. Back page, actually, let me just, because I can't properly show you, let me move all these out the way. That's better. Yep, so I've done the back. And the hedgehog one. Snakes. I genuinely thought I could finish this book, but there's so many more pages than you realise. The zombie one. Even if I did like one a month, it'll take me ages. And the next book as well, you'd think that I'd absolutely adore the dragons and other magical, mythical creatures, but I prefer this one. That was a really fun one to do. This one was a bit of a disaster. I was testing out some liquid watercolour or something, and it just, yeah, it didn't go as planned. That one's a cute one as well. Definitely mixed media. Eels, seahorse, and they are real leaves from 2-3 years ago now, and they're still going strong. Glued them down. And that's everything out of Cute and Creeper, nice and thick. And then we've got the last one of hers, the turtle, I always get confused. The Pegasus. The jellyfish, oh yeah, jellyfish. Chicken. The dragon on that side. I based this one off Targaryens because I was watching House of the Dragon at the time. Yeah, I think sometimes whatever I'm watching on TV massively influences what I do art-wise. Right, so the next cube, again, is miscellaneous. And then we've got 2 more miscellaneous, and then 1 more Colour in Heaven and Colour Your Eyes Wild, is it? I told a lie, I've got 3 Disney books. I thought I had 2, no, it's 3. So I've got Game of Thrones. This was really early on. See, they were watercolour pens, and I did that when I was poorly in bed. The Start of the Dragons. I was really upset with this book because it didn't look like the characters, but I have been corrected. It's like a fan art book. That's meant to be Cersei. All the houses. And then we've got the original, like, what do they call it? That says that that's the official, but that's HBO's one. The Game of Thrones one. It's huge, absolutely huge. So I started off this one with all the houses. I've just got the Lannister one to do. And go over as well the Targaryen, because that's a bit skewy. I did Daenerys on Young Drogon. That's another one I want to tackle. That's Big Drogon when he finally comes back. Look, and I paid £3.29 for this book. It was used on Amazon, and then I got a second copy as well that I paid £4 for. It's brand new. I got a second copy because I wanted to do that Drogon again. Yeah, I think that's all. Oh no, I did the Westeros map. Yep, so I've got 2 copies of that. Really, really cheap to pick up. Sometimes when it says used, they're not. They're not. This is the Harry Potter cinematic book. I bought this for my niece as well for her 21st birthday. She's a Harry Potter crazy. And I've not... It scares me, this book, because I'm not that good at portraits and stuff. But I do need to give it a go. I am currently re-watching all of the Harry Potters, so I really should give it a go. And I'm really enjoying them. Really enjoying them. I'm desperate to play the computer game, but my Xbox isn't up to date. I have to wait until we get one of them eventually. I will go through these 2 Disney boots that are here. So it is 3 that I've got. So this is the one my son brought me back, and it's not my style, unfortunately, but obviously I'm keeping hold of it because he bought it for me. I don't know why they think that the adult versions of the boots, they should have all these wiggly things. I don't understand. I did that Ariel one and I did the Lion King one, and that is it. And then is it Vitralis? Vitralis. It's huge, absolutely huge. It's by Hatchet Heroes, this one. I've done a few in here. These ones I don't mind, you know, being this sort, because you can get that sort of effect, which I think is pretty cool. I did the Nemo one. Is there any more? Did the Bambi one. Should do the Lion King. Oh, I did A Bug's Life. Phone call. Yeah, so I did Bug's Life, and I think that is everything. I do really like that book. It's just absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. So what else have we got? We've got Nicholas F again. This is Serene. Now I know this is a very popular book, and I can understand why. The paper's really nice in this. No problem with breaking the spine or anything. I've done a few of his illustrations. I really like that one that I did. There was one in here, that one that I classed, she reminded me of Lightning from Final Fantasy. So that's what I based that one off. A whip there. I've just done the skin tone. And I think that is it. Yep. And then the last one in this pile, I pulled out my Jasmine Beckett Griffith calendar as well, which I shouldn't have. So that needs moving. These are the Colouring Heaven calendars. Now I do believe that they don't do physical copies of these anymore. It's just they do them as a PDF for you to print out yourself. So we'll do 2020 first. Right, well I have to be careful because I've got things, I genuinely use these as calendars, so I'm going to have to show them like this, lean back a little bit and show you the ones that I have actually done. So I did that one and that one. I started that one and then give up. You think I would have done that one with the dragons, but I didn't. That one. The Misfits one I had to do. The Eniskura, a beautiful artwork. I just don't, I can't see myself colouring them. See, I just did the pumpkin and just give up. Hannah Lynn, still really like that one. And that's everything in that calendar. Like I said, I just have to be a little bit careful because there is things written down, like personal family things and appointments and stuff. So I do have to be mindful of that. Started that one from Jasmine Beckett Griffith and I hated the background, so I never continued it. Christine Curran. Started that one, never come back to it. So please don't feel guilty at how many whips that you've got, because you can see here I've got loads. One from Hannah Lynn that I didn't actually do. I'm quite surprised about that one. Another dragon one, but that was too grayscale that for my taste. And then the 2022, I didn't bother buying the 23 one. I couldn't be bothered with printing it out and stuff and binding it. I still need to actually buy a calendar for this room. There you go, so that's one that I finished. Anastasia Calder Eva, never finished that one. Never even started. Another one by Sarah Richter. And that's the last one. So I think we've got, let me just check, just one miscellaneous and then onto the Colouring Heaven. There's some boots in here that I completely forgot I had. I've got a postcard of Hannah Cows on, so this should be on the other shelf. I wouldn't buy these again though, it's a bit of a, what's the right word, fad? They're just little mini images, but I would say that the paper's really nice. It's really thick cardstock paper, but who am I going to send a postcard to, in all seriousness? So I'll just I own the one. I think that's it. Oh no, there's one. That's it. That's it. That's Winter Dreams 20 postcards by Hannah Coulson. I have got this Beauty of Horror one, and I purely kept this because it's actually from Target. I bought it again second hand off Amazon, and I've only done this one. So I've technically got 2 Beauty of Horror books, but this is a teeny tiny miniature version. I've got the Thomas Kincaid colouring book, the Disney colouring book. I attempted one and I tried to use gouache, and I'm still not that good at gouache. I do prefer acrylic over gouache, but I should give this book another try because it's one of them that, you know, you don't have to pick your colours, but you want to do the beautiful paintings justice as well. So that's that. I'm telling all lies, aren't I? I completely forgot I had this, a pocket size of the Whimsy Girls. I don't particularly like this one either because the liner is so incredibly thick. You can see there's, you know, there's a couple of pages that I've done mostly just with alcohol markers, but books like this, there's no point me getting rid of because it's not like I can sell them because, you know, they're really cheap to buy and I've already coloured in them. So I've got Flowerscape. I do like this one. I've got a few in here that I've managed to complete, and I think you're going to be shocked with the Colouring Heaven because I have downsized massively, and I only buy, and ask my husband as well, don't buy me any unless you know that I really like the artist, you know, because I don't want to keep buying things that I'm not going to use. So he usually asks me every Wednesday, he thinks they come out every week, are you sure there's not new Colouring Heaven out? No, there's not. And I said in this ages ago, I'll colour one picture a month in this. Never stuck to it. I've got 4 Intricate Inks by Tim Jeffs. Just don't reach for these all that often. Unfortunately, they really are grayscale illustrations, and I've seen some beautiful finished pages of these. I just don't reach for them. So what have I got? Volume 3. This is the first one. This one's really thick, the first one. Not done any out of there. I feel like I've not shown you loads and loads of finished pages, but there is a lot in my folders. A lot, actually. I've got literally a folder full of finished pages. There's nothing in that one. That was volume 2 and volume 5. Well, there's one there that I finished. That's it. This one, I can't pronounce the artist. Yeah, I can't pronounce the artist. I managed to find this one second hand again on Facebook because buying this artist's work directly off Etsy, the postage is unbelievable. So I did manage to snag this second hand, and I think I've done that one illustration. So I'm so happy that I didn't actually purchase any from the artist direct, because now I know I wouldn't have coloured in them that much. Mandala's Gone Wild. You would have noticed I don't really like mandalas, but this has got animals in it and I do like it because of the animals. If it's just mandalas, no, it gives me a headache. I've done the octopus. Is there any others that I've done in this one? It's got pages between as well, so they're sort of, you know, saving the pages. I think I've just done that one. Oh no, I did the lion. Tell a lie. There's inspiration pictures there as well for you. That was off Amazon. Dinosaurs, a colouring book. This one was off Amazon again. This was just a fun one if you like dinosaurs. Did that one on a live stream, I think. Just sold that. Oh, I just realised that must have happened in the move, because because I've not picked this book up since the move. Oh no. Let's see if that'll flatten out carefully. Let's lay that down and see if it'll flatten out. That's a shame. Did the parasol. There was another one that I did in here as well. It was the Carno. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Eating the crocodile. Dragon Wallager. Yeah. More than 3 million books sold. Yeah, so it's all about the dragons as well. It's information stuff about them. Did that one. Started that one. Never came back to the shading. That one with the egg. It's actually shiner. And that's it. One from Grazio Salvo. I found this on Amazon. Spiral bound, lovely quality book. Really grayscale though. I messed up the skin terribly on this one. Absolutely awful. Done that one. I know that there's another one. Yeah, that one. And then another one. I think this is Forest Girl, I think. Yeah, I took the dust cover off because it was annoying me. It just kept falling off. This is the one that I was talking about with the Galaxy. I don't know if I actually shared this one, but I managed to do a Galaxy on that one. But the pictures are on the other side again, so no guessing. You can just copy the colours. I did that one as well. I didn't come back to that. The paper is really, really toothy, I think, in this book. And I think I purchased that again off Etsy. Definitely bought this one off Etsy. It's a love letter. I took this to Florida with me. Destroyed the skin on that with Black Widow pencils. That's why I was aware. While I was aware. Did that one. I did them two. They're nice. I think that's everything that I've done. So now we can move on to Coloriage Wild and Colouring Heaven. So I think it's best to go through the Coloriage Wild first, in no particular order. Then I can move these out of the way and show you the pile of Colouring Heaven, and then we're done. We're done until the part 2, which will be the PDFs and pages that I've took out of books and stuff. But that'll probably be next week. That'll be next week. Beautiful pictures these, and they're on sort of watercolour paper, and they take every single medium that I've tried beautifully. The Galaxy one. I love doing my galaxies in these books specifically. So yeah, that's number 2. We've got number 7. I told you they weren't in order. So you can see the ones that are new and what I've actually, how much I've worked in them. Yeah, I've only done one out of that newer one. Got number 3. That's a cute one. And then we've got the very first one. Another Galaxy one that I've not finished. Need to get back into these books. Coloriage Wild 5. They're nice bite-sized pages as well. They won't take you absolutely forever. And then we've got number 4. I really like number 4. Number 4 and number 6 as well. I like the ones with the animals in. Although I'm not that confident with colouring animals. I'm getting slightly better. They're just lovely. That tiger one. Really like that one. And then the last one is number 6. It's more underwater. But I'm going to have to keep this one. It's a lovely one, this one. Really, really nice. So I'll move these out of the way and move on to the Colouring Heaven. And believe it or not, I've got rid of quite a few of these Colouring Heavens. They do just stack up because they are easy available. I'm not trying to rub it into anyone, but they are easily available at my local supermarket. But I am trying to be careful. I don't know what's happened there. I'm trying to be careful with what I buy. I think some of this could have happened in the move. You know, they've all been squished up against one another. Oh yeah, that was the Hannah Lynn one I did. So that is tattoos. And then we've got steampunk animals. Steampunk is not usually my sort of cup of tea. I did that one with the dragons. And there was some Christine Karen as well in that. I think that's why I bought that. I've got Fairy Tale Special. Obviously Mystic Art mirrors. It was a great opportunity to buy Mystic Art mirrors illustrations instead of paying, you know, the expensive price on Etsy. Again, in the Colouring Heaven magazine. Oh, I forgot I did these. Oh, I've done quite a few in this one actually, haven't I? Surprising. Anyway, Fledgling Furries. This is Christine Karen again. That one, I did a video on that one. And that's everything got coloured in there. I really do feel like I've not really shown you that many finished pages, but I think it's because I've been literally filming since 11 o'clock and it's 5 to 3, and I have obviously had breaks in between them and mid-dinner, but this was a really, really, really early one for me. As you can see. I was really happy with that one though when I first did it. What issue number is that? Issue 49. Dark Fantasy Special. Now I know that this one was super duper popular, but I just could not get my head around some of these illustrations for some reason, and I can understand why people really like them. And I know with PDFs on Etsy, it is Anis Guerrero, isn't it? Yeah. They're really expensive. Anyway. Hannah Coulson, of course I had to buy this one. All her Hannah Coulson pages, all single-sided, so I can use alcohol markers and stuff when I want to. Like I said, I did get rid of a lot of the Colouring Heaven. Kirsty actually bought me this one, so obviously I'm not getting rid of this because it was a gift. I'm not coloured in it. The Frightlings Halloween, I kept this one because I actually had to order this one off the online shop. That's what I was trying to say. It was like an online only thing, I do believe. And they are different. They're quirky, aren't they? Care Bears one, I know I'm not coloured in. I've just bought this for nostalgia reasons. I used to have Care Bears growing up. Starry Night, I think this one was one of the ones that my husband got me, but I kept hold of it because the illustrations are, you know, not like what I've got, anything that I've got, so I kept hold of that one just in case. Christmas Special, I'm keeping hold of all my Christmas and Halloween boots because I haven't got that many to speak of. I don't think I've done any in this one though. No. Flower Girl, bought this because of Anastasia Caldereva, just in case I wanted to colour her illustrations again. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. See, Halloween. No. Element Special. I think my husband bought me this and I'd already got rid of the bunch. So I've just not got round to going through them again. The Bad Girls Halloween Special. Now I bought this for for the Christopher Lovell one. And I've already coloured this illustration. This just didn't print out as I wanted it, so I had to do it a second time. But I thought it was definitely worth it just for the Christopher Lovell in it. Dragon specials, you would have seen these in the previous book, so I don't know why I purchased this, but I did apparently. The Wingling special, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I don't even know if there's any like exclusive. I think there's a couple here that I've not seen before, so it was worth picking that one up. Got Gothic Fantasy. Again, this one was really popular, and I just didn't colour in it all that much. Unfortunately, another Christmas one coming up to the end now. Mariola Budek. Anastasia El Caldereva. I can't speak now because I've been talking for that long. I've done one there. Steampunk special, Hannah Lynn, so I obviously had to buy this. This was really early as well. I don't think I had any Hannah Lynn actually when I bought this, so it was really exciting to have all Hannah Lynn. And there's 15 exclusive new designs as well on that one. Got another Halloween special. One whip there that just whipped past. Gothic one. I think this is just a mix. Yeah, it's a mixture of some of the previous ones, but there's Jasmine Beckett Griffith and Misfits in there. Cats, the very first Colour in Heaven. I sent my husband to the supermarket and asked him to pick up any colouring book they had, and he came back with this. And yeah, I'll never get rid of it. There's actually a page that I took out of here and coloured for my father-in-law. So let me just show you again. The very first colouring pages that I did. I've got a Unicorn special. I don't know why there's a tag, and I've just got one of my plastic sheets. Alright. So there's a couple of Misfit ones in here. That one was a whip. That can come off. Got 2, 3 more left. Mermaids, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Anastasia Caldereva. I don't know that artist. Selena Fennick. Creatures of the Night, obviously, Sarah Richter. Got to support your artist that you really like. There's more grayscale ones in there as well. And then the very last one, I don't know if I just showed this, I'm sure I didn't. Mermaid Special. I do actually have these ones already printed off as PDFs that I purchased off the Etsy store and put into a colouring book myself. That's one Mariola Budek one that I did. But I think that is it. That is it. It feels like a very long video, but I've managed to clean them out. I just need to take off all the ornaments at the top, but give it a good dusting, put everything back, and then give it a good rearrange. But thank you so much for watching. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but I do plan on filming all of my PDFs and anything to do with art that I've done next week. And that'll probably be one of the last videos that I manage to film before I'll probably be away from YouTube for about 3 to 4, maybe 5 weeks, all depending with how it goes with my daughter in the hospital. But I hope that you did enjoy watching, and don't say I didn't warn you. I did say get a drink and a snack at the start of the video. But yeah, please do subscribe if you're new. If you did enjoy this video, then please do leave me a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.